Well, then you moved to Tampa.
Years later, yeah.
Yeah, years later, aged 16.
16, yeah.
Was it a hard time moving to Tampa? And because
yeah.
you had to, well, I think you slept in a car and
for a little while, and then I totaled the car.
Yeah.
Hit a telephone pole with it and destroyed it, and then I had to do some wonderful nights in some abandoned houses and, sleeping with fleas and rats and everything else. So yeah, it was tough.
What did you learn from that, maybe? Do you know if you...
Well, it was sink or swim, really. I mean, that's either success was paramount. It was like failure is not an option. And at that point in my life, it was kind of I could either end up dead in prison or I could actually make it. Those are the three options that were facing me. I mean, I suppose I could have, gone back home and admitted defeat to my parents, but that wasn't really an option for me.
Wasn't an option, no?
No, I'm not into that. Yeah, so it was difficult. It was very difficult. But it was also my best friend at the time. A childhood friend was killed shortly before I left, and that was also fuel. I mean, I wanted to get out of there and start the dream that we had, when we were kids, which was to start a band and make it huge. And so after he died, and he's the one that's responsible for the name Iced Earth. I mean, after all of this happened, it was also fuel for the fire, to not let him down, to not let our dream down together, and quitting was not ever an option for me.
Have you succeeded now towards him, or are you still pursuing?
No, I think I have succeeded now.
When?
I don't know, because it wasn't even until my daughter was born, I think, that I actually realized that I have succeeded. It was strange, I never would, before she was born, I would never stop and look at the accomplishments. It was just like I had blinders on, and I'd never stopped for a minute to think, man, look at what you've done. Okay, we're not a huge arena band, but to survive and even, just to get the band to a point where I was able to get us a record contract, but then to survive through that contract and the conditions that were in it, it was tough. Most bands would have broken up for sure. So, and we obviously had numerous lineup changes, but the Iced Earth spirit is still very evident in every album, so something's working.